Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Podcast. I'm Safi, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. In this session, we're going to do something really special that you're going to learn English in just 40 minutes. That's right, 1 full hour of immersive, practical English learning designed to help you improve your vocabulary, listening, speaking, and your confidence in using English in daily life. Whether you're a beginner looking to build your basics, or someone who wants to sharpen everyday conversational skills, this lesson will be perfect for you. So, get comfortable, relax, and let's start this exciting journey together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello again, and welcome to this immersive English learning experience. Today, we are going to focus on real, useful English, the kind you use in everyday life. Learning English doesn't have to be difficult or boring. The key is to connect the language to the things you already do, see, and think about every day. Imagine waking up in the morning. What are the first things you say or think? Maybe you say to yourself, "Good morning," or "I need to brush my teeth." These simple thoughts are where English learning can begin. Think in English. That's a powerful tip. Instead of translating from your native language, try to form your thoughts in English. Start small. For example, you wake up and say, "It's a beautiful day." Or, "I'm feeling sleepy." These short sentences train your brain to use English naturally. Let's talk about how you start your day. You might say, "I wake up at 7 o'clock." Or, "I take a shower before breakfast." Notice how everyday actions are perfect for learning vocabulary and sentence structure. Here's a little practice for you. Imagine you're getting ready for the day. Think of everything you do. You might say, "I brush my teeth, then I wash my face, I choose my clothes and get dressed. I eat toast and drink coffee. Then I leave for work." All of these actions are simple, daily routines. And each one gives you a chance to use English in context. That's how language becomes a habit. Now let's try a speaking practice. Repeat after me. I get out of bed, I open the window. I take a deep breath. Say it again, I get out of bed. I open the window. I take a deep breath. Practicing short, clear sentences helps you become more confident. You don't need big, fancy words. What matters is communication. If someone understands you, you are successful. As you go through your morning, think about the places you go and the people you meet. Maybe you take a bus or drive to work, maybe you walk. Let's create a simple scene. You're walking to work and you see your neighbor. You say, "Good morning. How are you today?" The neighbor replies, "Good morning. I'm fine, thank you, and you?" You answer, "I'm good, thanks. Have a great day." This short conversation is common and polite. Practicing it helps you get used to greetings and small talk. These are very important in English-speaking cultures. Let's go a little further with this. imagine you arrive at your office or school. You might greet someone by saying, "Hi, how's it going?" Or, "Hey, what's new?" These informal greetings are friendly and natural. Practice them out loud. Say, "Hey, how's it going?" Now say, "Hi there, what's up?" Speaking out loud, even if you are alone, helps train your tongue and brain to work together. It might feel strange at first, but it becomes easier with time. Now let's talk about lunchtime. This is another great opportunity to learn and practice. Maybe you go to a cafe. You walk in and say, "Hi, I'd like a sandwich and a cup of tea, please." The cashier replies, "Sure." "Would you like anything else?" You answer, "No, that's all." Thank you. Simple, polite, and clear. Let's repeat that. "Hi, I'd like a sandwich and a cup of tea, please." Pause and say it again. Practice saying it naturally. This helps you feel comfortable ordering food or asking for help in public places. Let's practice another dialogue. You walk into a coffee shop. The barista says, "Hi there, what can I get for you?" You reply, "Can I have a large coffee and a muffin, please?" The barista asks, "For here or to go?" You say, "To go, please," short and simple. These are real-life conversations that you can practice and use. After lunch, maybe you go back to work. You might talk to coworkers or classmates. Maybe someone asks you, "How was your weekend?" You could say, "It was nice. I went to the park and relaxed." Or maybe, "It was busy. I had a lot of work to do." This type of small talk is common in workplaces and helps build relationships. Practice different responses. Say, "It was fun. I met some friends and we had dinner together." Or, "I stayed home and watched a movie." These are all everyday sentences that help you express your experiences. Now let's focus on one of the most important skills in learning English: listening. Listening carefully is the key to understanding. Try to listen for meaning, not for every single word. Even native speakers don't hear every word clearly. They understand from context. For example, if someone says, "Hey, do you want to grab lunch later?" You may not understand "wanna" right away, but in context, you know it means "want to." Native speakers often connect words, shorten them, and use slang. Listening regularly to conversations, podcasts, or videos helps you get used to these patterns. Let's try a listening style practice. I'll say a sentence. Try to repeat it naturally. "I'm gonna call her later." That means, "I am going to call her later." Now say, "He's gotta go now." That means, he has got to go now. These reductions are normal in fast speech. Knowing them helps you sound more fluent and understand native speakers better. Another great way to practice English is to describe what you see. Right now, look around you and try to describe your surroundings in English. You can say, "I see a table. The table is brown. There is a book on the table. This simple exercise builds vocabulary and helps you think in English. Try another one. There is a window in the room. The sun is shining outside. I hear birds singing. You don't need to be perfect. Just keep practicing. Let's move on to another daily topic. Shopping. Imagine you're in a store. You might ask, "Excuse me, how much is this?" Or, "Do you have this in a different size?" These are common shopping phrases. Let's practice. Say, "I'm looking for a jacket." Now say, "What's the price of this shirt?" Also, "Can I try this on?" If you're in a grocery store, you might say, "Where can I find the bread?" Or, "I need a bottle of water." These are useful phrases that help you in real situations. To become fluent, you need to build habits. Point 1 habit is to speak English for 5 minutes a day. Talk about your day, your plans, or how you feel. Say, "Today I'm feeling happy that I'm going to study English and cook dinner." Say it slowly, clearly, and confidently. You can also write down your thoughts in English. That improves both writing and speaking skills. Try to write 3 sentences every night before bed. For example, "Today was a busy day that I learned new English words." "I feel proud of myself." Simple but effective. You should also read something in English every day. It could be a short story, a news article, or even messages on your phone. Reading helps you learn new words and how sentences are formed. When you find a new word, don't just memorize it. Use it. Make a sentence with it. If you learn the word excited, say, "I'm excited to learn English." Or if you learn tired, say, "I feel tired after work." Connecting new words to your life makes them easier to remember. Now let's practice describing emotions and feelings. Emotions are an important part of daily communication. They help you connect with others and express yourself clearly. Let's start with some common feelings. You can say, "I'm happy today," or "I feel sad." Other emotions include, "I'm angry," "I'm excited," "I'm nervous," or "I'm bored." Try saying these sentences aloud. "I'm nervous about my test." "I'm excited for the weekend." "I'm bored at home." You can also use stronger expressions like, "I'm really happy," or "I'm so tired." The word "so" adds emotion. Try saying, "I'm so hungry right now." Or, "I'm really worried about tomorrow." This adds more feeling to your English. Let's do a practice with a little conversation. Someone asks you, "How are you feeling today?" You reply, "I'm feeling great, thanks." "It's been a good day." Or maybe, "I'm a little tired." "I didn't sleep well last night." These small details make your English sound natural. Let's practice. "I'm a little stressed." "I have a lot of work." Or, "I feel relaxed." "I had a calm morning." Use different words to match your mood. This helps you speak more like a native English speaker. Now think about your daily schedule. This is another area where you can improve your English. Talk about your routine. You might say, I usually wake up at 6 a.m. Or, I go to bed at 10 p.m. Use words like usually, sometimes, always, and never to describe habits. For example, I always eat breakfast. I sometimes go for a walk. I never drink soda. These are great for practicing adverbs of frequency. Let's repeat. I usually get to work by 9. I often eat lunch at my desk. I rarely watch TV. These words help add detail and accuracy to your sentences. Now let's talk about making plans. Talking about the future is a great way to learn grammar and useful vocabulary. You can say, I'm going to visit my friend tomorrow. Or, I will study English this evening. The phrase going to is used for planned actions. The word will is used for decisions or promises. Try saying, I will call you later. Or, I'm going to watch a movie tonight. Repeat and practice. This helps you speak clearly when talking about your future plans. Let's do a little conversation practice. Someone asks, what are you doing this weekend? You answer, I'm going to visit my parents. Or, I'll probably stay home and relax. You can also say, I have plans to meet a friend. Or, I'm thinking about going to the beach. Talking about your plans gives you many chances to use verbs, time expressions, and new vocabulary. Now let's turn to asking questions. Asking questions is a key skill in English. There are many kinds of questions. Let's start with simple ones. What's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? These are called WH questions because they begin with who, what, when, where, why, or how. Try making questions with these words. What do you do? Where do you live? When do you wake up? How do you get to work? Practice saying them aloud. Now try answering them. I live in New York. I wake up at 7. I take the bus to work. These back and forth exchanges help you build strong conversation skills. Let's practice a short dialogue with questions. One person says, Hi, what do you do? You say, I'm a student, I study engineering. They ask, Where do you study? You answer, At the university downtown. They continue, Do you like it? You reply, Yes, it's interesting and fun. Practicing conversations like this helps you feel more comfortable when speaking in English. You learn how to answer naturally and politely. Let's now look at expressing likes and dislikes. These are also useful in everyday situations. You might say, I like coffee. Or, I don't like loud music. To be stronger, you can say, I love pizza. Or, I hate waking up early. Try these sentences. I really enjoy reading books. I can't stand traffic. I prefer tea over coffee. These expressions help you talk about your opinions and personal preferences. You can also ask others, Do you like this movie? Or, what kind of music do you like? Try practicing both questions and answers. Here's a small role play to practice. Imagine you're meeting a new friend. You ask, "What kind of food do you like?" They say, "I love spicy food." "How about you?" You reply, "I like it too, especially Indian food." Then ask, "What's your favorite dish?" They answer, "I really like butter chicken." These kinds of conversations are friendly, light, and great for language learning. Let's also talk about expressing needs and requests. You often need to ask for things in life, so practicing polite requests is important. You can say, "Can you help me please?" Or, "Could I borrow your pen?" Or, "Would you mind opening the window?" These are all polite ways to ask for something. Practice each of these. "Can I use your phone?" "Could you show me the way?" "Would you mind waiting a minute?" These expressions are gentle and respectful, and people respond well to them. Now try practicing saying yes or no politely. If someone asks, "Can I sit here?" you can say, "Sure, go ahead." Or, "Of course." If you need to say no, say, "I'm sorry, but this seat is taken." Or, "I'm afraid not." These phrases help you sound more natural and respectful in English conversations. Let's now try using time expressions. Time is a big part of our conversations. We often talk about the past, present, and future. For example, in the past, you say, "I went to the store yesterday." In the present, "I am watching a video." In the future, "I will call you tomorrow." Use words like yesterday, today, now, later, tomorrow, last week, and next month. These time expressions give clear meaning to your sentences. Let's do a small practice now. Think of something you did yesterday. Say, "Yesterday, I cleaned my room." Or, "I watched a movie last night." Now think about today. Today, I'm learning English. Right now, I'm listening to Mia. Now, the future. Tomorrow, I will go shopping. Next week, I'm going to take a test. Try combining different time expressions and actions to make new sentences. Also, let's talk about using there is and there are. These help you describe places and objects. For example, there is a book on the table. There are two cats in the room. Use there is for one thing and there are for more than one. Try these. There is a cup on the desk. There are some people outside. It's useful when you describe places, your room, or what you see around you. Try saying, "There is a chair next to the window." Or, "There are many books on the shelf." This helps improve both grammar and vocabulary. Finally, in this part, let's talk about giving directions. Imagine someone is lost and asks you for help. You can say, "Go straight." "Turn left." Or, "It's next to the bank." Practice giving simple directions. Go past the school and turn right. The supermarket is across from the post office. Try saying this. The library is between the park and the hospital. These sentences help you communicate clearly when helping others or asking for help. Now, Let's practice talking about the weather. Talking about the weather is very common in English conversations, especially small talk. You can say, "It's sunny today," or "It's raining outside." Other useful phrases include, "It's cloudy. It's hot." "It's cold." "It's snowing." Or "It's windy." Let's try these in full sentences. Say, "It's a beautiful sunny day." Or "It's very cold this morning." Try describing what the weather is like where you are now. You can say, "It's warm and comfortable today." Or "It's raining and I forgot my umbrella." This type of speaking helps you get comfortable with describing your surroundings and feelings. Now, imagine you're speaking with a friend. You might say, "It looks like it's going to rain." And your friend might respond, "Yes, better take a jacket." Or, "It's too hot today." And the friend replies, "I know, I'm staying inside." These small exchanges help you get better at casual, natural English. Try practicing these short dialogues. "Nice weather today, isn't it?" "Yes, it's perfect for a walk." Or, "It's freezing." "I know, I need a hot drink." Next, let's talk about health and the body. These are useful words and sentences that come up in daily life. You might say, "I have a headache." Or "My back hurts." Other examples include, "I feel sick." "I caught a cold." Or "I need to see a doctor." These phrases are important when you need help or want to explain how you feel. Let's do some practice. Say, "I have a sore throat." "I feel tired today." "My stomach hurts." You can also say, "I'm not feeling well." Or, "I think I need to rest." These are clear ways to communicate your health problems. Here's a practice conversation. You say, "Hi, I'm not feeling well." Your friend asks, "What's wrong?" You reply, "I have a fever and a headache." Your friend says, "You should see a doctor." These simple dialogues are practical and help you learn how to express needs and respond to concern. Try another. "Are you okay?" "I think I caught a cold." "Drink lots of water and rest." These are caring, everyday phrases that sound very natural. Now let's learn how to talk about hobbies and free time. Talking about what you enjoy doing is a great way to have fun conversations and learn new vocabulary. You might say, "I like playing football." Or "I enjoy reading books." Other hobbies could be painting, dancing, cooking, traveling, listening to music, or watching movies. Try saying, "I love listening to music when I relax." Or "On weekends, I like to go hiking." These kinds of sentences are helpful when meeting new people or talking with friends. Let's do a little practice. I'll say some sentences, and you can repeat them. I enjoy watching TV shows in the evening. I usually read before bed. I sometimes play guitar when I have free time. Now you try making your own sentences. Think of something you like and describe it in English. For example, "I like baking on Sundays." Or, "I often go jogging in the park." The more personal and connected the sentence is to your life, the easier it will be to remember. Now let's look at some daily expressions that people use all the time in English. These expressions are short and very common. For example, no problem, sounds good. That's great. Take care and see you later. These phrases make your speech sound natural. Let's practice them. Say, no worries, when someone apologizes. Say, that works for me, when you agree with a plan. Say, catch you later, when leaving a friend. The more you use these expressions, the more fluent you sound. Let's move on to travel and directions. If you are in a new city or country, it's helpful to know how to ask for directions. You might say, "Excuse me, how do I get to the train station?" Or, "Is there a pharmacy nearby?" These are polite ways to ask for help. Practice saying, "I'm looking for the bus stop." Or, "Can you show me the way to the hotel?" People often answer with directions like, "Turn left, go straight," or, "It's next to the bank. Let's try a conversation." You say, "Excuse me, is there a coffee shop near here?" A local replies, "Yes, go straight and turn right." It's across from the library. Practice this exchange several times to get used to the flow. Now let's talk about using English at a restaurant. This is a situation where clear English is very useful. You might say, "I'd like to order, please." Or, "Can I see the menu?" Other useful sentences are, "What do you recommend?" "I'll have the chicken." And, "Could I get the bill, please?" Try practicing "I'd like a glass of water." "Can I have the soup?" "Everything was delicious, thank you." These are practical phrases for eating out. Let's try a sample conversation. The waiter says, "Hello, what would you like to drink?" You say, "I'll have an orange juice, please." The waiter continues, "And for your meal?" You reply, "I'll have the grilled fish with vegetables." When you finish eating, you say, "Can I have the check, please?" And the waiter says, "Sure, I'll bring it right over." This short role play is a great way to feel ready for real-life restaurant situations. Let's now talk about expressing opinions. This is very important for conversations. You can say, "I think this movie is great." Or, "In my opinion, it's too expensive." Use expressions like, "I believe," "I feel," "I guess," or "I'm not sure." For example, "I believe learning English is fun." Or, "I feel this is a good idea." These help you sound thoughtful and clear. Practice these. "I think it's interesting. I'm not sure about that." "In my opinion, that's a bad idea." This helps you speak with more variety and confidence. Also, it's good to agree and disagree politely. To agree, you can say, "That's true." "I agree with you." Or, "Exactly." To disagree politely, say, "I see your point, but," or, "I'm not sure I agree." Practice this. "I think it's too noisy." You say, "I see your point, but I enjoy the music." Or, I believe online learning is better. You respond, that's true, but some people prefer classrooms. Being able to express different ideas calmly is a powerful skill in English. Now let's practice describing people and things. You can use adjectives to make your sentences more interesting. For people, you can say, he is tall and friendly. Or, she has long hair and wears glasses. For objects, say, this phone is new and expensive. Or, that bag is old but useful. Practice these. My teacher is kind and smart. The room is big and bright. My dog is small and playful. Using adjectives helps you speak with more detail and color. Let's now talk about shopping and using English in stores. When you go shopping, there are many useful phrases and expressions you can use. You might say, how much is this? Or, do you have this in a smaller size? Another common question is, can I try this on? When you're in a clothing store. At the checkout, you can say, I'd like to pay with cash. Or, can I use a credit card? Try it.